You know, there are many reasons why the American public isn't passionate about pro sailing. A lot of it is just lack of knowledge. You know, it's a big country, and there's so many pro sports that are already up and occupy people's thinking.
It needs more publicity. You know, I think a team like ourselves and Pirates of the Caribbean in the last race certainly bring the level of just understanding, knowing what's going on, that it's an option. You know, a lot of it, you know, young kids growing up, they just don't understand maybe that it's an option to be a big-time offshore sailor.
America has so many other things going on. There's just so many things with the skiing, the tennis, the soccer, all the different things. And the other thing is, like, America is a huge country, and there's a lot of people in the center, and there's no water around, so why do they care?
But I think distance racing in the U.S. is not quite as passionate. U.S. sailors aren't quite as passionate about it as they are in Europe, and you know, countries like France, where they breed people to go distance sailing, and there's schools and there's ways to learn about whether it's solo sailing, whether it's team distance racing.
New Zealand has a power squadron. The French have a sailing federation. The Spanish have a sailing federation. You know, a lot of the European countries back their sailors, so they create the best Olympians. You know, it starts with money and access.
You have to have money to get into any sport. If you're a professional skier, if your kid's a skier, you got to have money. If you're a golfer, you know, golfing's not cheap.
To change it, you'd have to have, you know, some local governments, or there'd have to be money for kids to start sailing. Because I'm sure there are a ton of kids that would love the sport, but they have to have access to the water and inexpensive way to learn how to race a sailboat.
Now, what a lot of cities have done is now started sailing in the smaller cities, because it really doesn't cost a whole lot of money. If they're near the water, it's easy to get little kids out on the boat, and they're free. They're just kind of out and they can sail around, they have a great time. The problem, though, we have with sailing is the boats that the kids get to sail are too damn slow. They're not like these boats. If they had boats like this that are this fast and this incredibly exciting to sail, we'd have tons of kids in sailing.
When people see the Volvo 70s, that's a dynamic boat. You know, they can get excited about that. And the America's Cup is exciting when it's actually running, when they're not in court.
If there was some way to give this a ride like in Disney World, if there was a chance you could put one of these boats at Disneyland and give them the full ride of what it's like, it'd be the scariest damn ride that anyone's been on. I mean, think about how terrified people get on a plane when it goes boom. I mean, these guys go boom, 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 all the way around the world.
We try to be ambassadors as much as we possibly can. We understand it's a responsibility of ours to try to spread the word of that it is available to young people coming up through the ranks, and hopefully when we get to Boston we can spread the word even better.